just a quick update on practice. On Monday, we had decided, I got together with the training staff and the strength staff, and because of 2 road games in the heat and practicing in the heat, we actually sat down as a group and decided on Monday that today would be a modified practice. So we kind of got a walkthrough, kind of an up-tempo walkthrough today. That'll be our deal today. So as far as the injury report, we'll just let the injury report handle that as far as what it looks like for today. Obviously, Leonard's still in protocol on that front. So just think be a good chance for the players to mentally get what we need, to see the plan, to feel the plan. We really take the walkthrough side of this, the up-tempo walkthrough. We feel like we get better. We did this at the end of last year, the last 4 weeks of the season and the playoff games, and felt like we played some of our best football. So we'll really be dialed in today and ready to go.
You did this at the end of last year, like once a week?
On Wednesdays.
Okay, Wednesdays, okay.
Yeah, and we'll do it again this year. The plan is for us to do this again at the end, towards the latter half of the year, again this year as well. But felt like this was an appropriate time we already have this schedule. Our players know what it's like. We know what it's like. So if we say, okay, hey, this is this day, everybody kind of knows, locks in, and we get a lot done.
What are kind of the pros and cons that you guys, when you discuss this, what are the pros and cons?
The pros are physically kind of get the tank back up. The pros are that if a guy injury-wise is, maybe couldn't go full speed, but he can do this, then so he gets more work out of it. The other pro is, like normally in a Wednesday practice, we'll get 40-ish reps. In a day like today, we'll get 60-ish reps. So you actually get more looks at game plan plays.
Frank, any closer on day-to-day or week-to-week with Pierce here?
Yeah, no decisions on any of that.
How did you feel about the protection on Sunday?
Felt like it was decent. Felt like it was decent. Felt like they were a good front with multiple looks, and if I were, I thought it was maybe not our best, but I thought it was solid.
I think Atlanta ranks #1 in pass defense. What makes them so stingy in that area?
They get good pressure up front. I think they're good on the outside. I think they got 2 really good corners, and linebackers that can run and cover. Both their linebackers can run and cover, 45 and 59. They're good players, but a lot of it's the pressure they get up front.
Jacoby was saying pretty similar to your guys' defense in terms of scheme.
Yeah, there's some aspects that are similar, and there are some aspects that are similar with what they do, so that's helpful for us.
Are you getting closer with the decision on Chad Kelly?
Yeah, that decision will be made today.
Hey Frank, being able to run the ball now the way you have been, especially in the second half, staying with it, how does that open up your playbook?
Well, it does several things. It opens up our playbook as far as play action stuff, which of course everybody knows. But really, I think what it does is I think it also minimizes the defense's playbook, because when you can run the football, I think it forces the issue on defenses to stop the run, and they got to commit to doing that. So that we do like to do that.
Frank, you guys reportedly brought in 6 kickers yesterday. I think yesterday. What was the thinking behind that? Where are you with that?
I mean, Chris is handling that at this point. I'm really just focused on the next opponent. He's handling all the workouts, and so I'll just leave it at that.
Frank, any word from the league on the clapping penalty that
Yeah, actually there was. We did get clarification. We're good. There was just a little misunderstanding. There's really 2 kinds of claps. There's the one that everybody sees on TV when the quarterback's going like this real fast, and basically saying, "Hey, give me the ball. The play clock's running down." And as long as the ball comes during or right after the last clap, we're good. Then there's the old college clap, which is a single clap, pause, single clap. That you can't do, which we've never done. So just a little misunderstanding.
Do you work on that operation a little bit? Because it did come up a couple times in that game where it was 1 second left, 0 seconds.
Yeah, we do. We use a play clock out of practice all the time, and a lot of times I'll intentionally let the play clock get down, even if they're talking, just so we have to go through. So we have to go through that operation. Jacoby does a real good job with that.
So is that the way Jacoby was clapping? The second example you gave?
Yeah, he was doing it the legal way.
Okay. So That's
So
what
they
I
missed the call, correct?
It was a misunderstanding. You might, I'm not saying that.
Fine.
I'm not saying that.
Frank, on Chad Kelly, I don't, so you'll give a heads up on what you're gonna do. Do you want to tell us what you're doing with Chad Kelly?
No.
Just so I can say you were asked.
That's Chris makes that call, so we'll let Chris make that call at the appropriate time.
Kobe, there was mistakes in the middle of the game, the interception and then the fumble. When you watched the film of them, what were you able to glean? I know this is early in the season and quarterbacks making mistakes. What did you guys learn from those situations, specifically with him? Because he's not a guy who turns the ball over very often.
No, he really doesn't. And him bouncing back, we talk a lot about that. You play all those snaps and you're going to make mistakes. And so, just be able to keep poise. One thing I've noticed with Jacoby in the two games that he almost seems the most calm in the fourth quarter. Hopefully that's a continued trend. But he really got to a good place, later in that game and played winning football the whole way through. Made a couple mistakes, like you said, but I really liked the look in his eyes and his poise as the game really gets into crunch time.
What do you think led to that? How did the guy?
I think some of it he just has the it factor. And then I think some of it is just the preparation.
Frank, on Sunday, we put Eric's hurdle. We kind of saw you and him, for you, probably a little bit fired up than we usually see you on the sideline.
Yeah.
How important was that play, and what was kind of going through your head when he first caught it?
Yeah, it was a huge play, right? I mean, and one of the reasons I was fired up is A, it was just physically a great play. You don't get to see that very often. B, a second reason I was fired up about it was we had just talked about the meeting in the night before that we were going to get in a 3rd and long, and we were going to call a play. We were going to look to throw it downfield. Their zone coverage was going to drop really deep, and we were going to check it underneath. And because we got really talented players, somebody was going to make somebody miss, and we were going to pick up a 3rd down, on a 3rd and long because we got good players. And, so as a coach, when you say, hey, something's going to happen, then it happens, you get fired up about it. And your players make you look good, and that's what Eric did.
Frank, what impresses you about the way that Matt Ryan has been able to play and stay around the league as long as he has?
Just the consistency, he's durable, consistent. He's been a steady force, and playing at a high level for a long time. I think it is just the consistency year in and year out.
What type of challenge do their receivers present, especially if you guys do not have to be reserved with Julio, Ridley, and then Sanu also?
Yeah, those 3 really good receivers. So the thing for us is just play good technique, play tight coverage, and keep it in front of us and get ready to go and get ready to rally to the ball and just play good defense.
I think Julio's touchdown, the game-winning touchdown, is a prime example of rally to the ball because it looked like the Eagles kept it in front and he just took it to another gear on that one.
Yeah, they made a good check on that. The Eagles went blitz 0 and the Eagles had gotten to them several times with some of their blitzes, and then that time they blitzed him again hard, and Ryan made a good check, and of course you get Julio in the open field. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. So
I'm curious, you go for it on 4th and inches, you make them use their timeouts, and then on 3rd and 9, you go with Martin. Was that more a case of using clock and give them as opposed to being aggressive?
It was really tempting. It was really hard not to call a pass right there. I mean, there wasn't any discussion among the coaching staff as far as whether or not we were going to go for it. Like I said, I was going to go for it no matter what. When it came to the 3rd and 9, I did have a quick conversation with Nick, about, do we make him use this last time out, or do we just throw it and try to end the game with the ball in our hand? And we had something called that, and we ended up having to check out of it. They brought a corner blitz on that play. We had something else called. Jacoby did a good job of recognizing a corner blitz, check to and we told him, hey, if you see perimeter pressure, check to a run, maybe we can bust it. So he did a great job on it, but I was tempted to call a pass, but Jacoby played it out just right.
Frank, with Julio's, is something where your DBs, even when they think they have good coverage, that ball can still be coming, because it seems like Matt Ryan just throws it up to him.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think that's what good quarterbacks do, and that's what we tell our quarterbacks. There's times when you're throwing it deep, just trust your guys. We'll come down to play, and they do that. Matt certainly does that. And, Julio made that, unbelievable circus catch on the sideline in that game, and he's shown a propensity to do that for a long time.
I'm believing this point too much now, but this clapping thing, why is one version a penalty and the other isn't? It's clapping's.
That's a great question. It's a great question. It has to do with the abruptness of the movement. Okay, more than anything else. So when the college clap, and it is proven. I think Jacoby told you guys this that through the decibels of crowd noise you can hear a clap, and there's science behind that. So that's why all the colleges do it. But it's a very abrupt movement. When you're going like this, there's no deception in that, and so it's really all about the intent of deception. And when we're going like that, there is no deception. So, and then I just want to address the one other thing that Bob said, because I really should clarify this so nothing's misunderstood. Chris is handling that, but I just want to reiterate: don't read anything into me saying that other than Adam's our kicker. Okay, so we're good.